Hi guys, welcome back to another session in Jo's Kitchen. So today we're going to try something a bit different, and it's something that I've never tried before. We're going to make flapjacks. The family have been nattering for weeks and weeks and weeks about make some flapjacks. Come on, you've made cakes, you've made bread, you've made loads of chutneys and jams and fudges and all sorts, but you've never made flapjacks. Okay, there's a first time for everything. So today, flapjacks. Let me show you what we're going to do. Come down here. There we are. Okay, so in this bowl, I have got 200 grams of, it said rolled oats, but I've got porridge oats, so that's what we're using. 200 grams of rolled oats, 50 grams of plain flour, and it said 50 grams of raisins, but I haven't got any raisins because I used them all in the Christmas cake ages ago. However, I have got sultanas left, so I've used sultanas, and I've used 100 grams of sultanas because they didn't look very many at 50 grams. Here we go. This is where I'm going off-piste. So you can imagine that it might not end well, but, you know, we'll give it a try. So that's all in the bowl ready, and what we have to do now is we have to melt down the next lot of ingredients. So come over here with me and I'll show you what we're going to do. So in this bowl, in this pan rather, I have got 100 grams of butter. I have got 50 grams of caster sugar. I've got 3 tablespoons full of golden syrup or treacle, whatever you want to call it. And I have got a teaspoonful of honey. So I'm going to pop that on and we're going to melt it all down. So this might take a while. So why don't you guys come back in a few minutes when I've had a chance just to melt it down, and then you'll be able to see what it all looks like. Okay, so as you can see, our butter and treacle and everything else is almost melted. There's a tiny little bit of butter just needs just to melt in. A couple more stirs and I reckon we have got it. There we are. So that's butter, sugar, treacle and honey going into our flapjack. There we are, that's all melted. Okay. So, come over the other side with me, back to the dry ingredients, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So, here we are. I've given the dry ingredients a quick stir up. So, if you remember, that was porridge oats, raisins, plain flour, and, yeah, well, it wasn't raisins, was it? It was sultanas, but it was supposed to be raisins. Hey, never mind. So, now we're going to pour in our butter, sugar, honey, golden syrup mixture, and it says a little at a time, so that is what we shall do, a little at a time. And I think the idea is that this all starts to come together in a rather glorious sticky mess, hopefully. So there we are, giving it all a really good stir in, like so. And as I say, this is a new one on me. How many of you lot are expert flapjack makers? Anybody? If you are, I would love to see some pictures. Get them stuck in the comment or send them into Ruth, and let's have a look and see how everybody else goes about making flapjacks, because I'm sure everybody has a different recipe. There we are. So as you can see, that has stirred in very, very nicely. Now there's just one little thing I'm going to sneak in because I can, and that is some chocolate chips, because it's not a sweet treat without chocolate, is it, guys? Really, I don't think so. There is 100 grams of chocolate chips. They're just the ones used for baking, so I'm going to chuck them in, give them a good stir up into the mixture like so, and there they are. And hopefully we've got that, the chocolate and the raisins, or the sultanas and everything, distributed nicely. Excuse fingers, they are clean. Distributed nicely around the bowl. Now, you need a 20 centimetre square baking tin, which I have got here. and I am going to just pop this mixture into the tin, which I've greased using a little bit of the butter from the Flapjack mixture. So here we go. In it goes. I haven't lined it. That's probably quite brave, but anyway, we'll see what happens. And press it in like that. And there we are. That is ready for the oven, and it goes in at 180 degrees. And I'll tell you how long it goes in for when I've looked at the recipe. There we are. I think basically that's all you have to do. I hope that's all you have to do. So there we are. I am going to put this in the oven now. Come back in a few minutes. I think it goes in for about 10 or 15 minutes, might be a bit more. I'll have a look and then I'll tell you when you come back. Okay, excellent. Come back in a few minutes, we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. Okie dokie, so our flapjacks are out of the oven. Come down here and have a look. There you go. So as you can see, nice and golden brown. Apparently what we need to do is to run a knife through them quite quickly to make sure that we can cut them, because once they've gone cold and set in the tin, they're actually harder to cut. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut into threes like this. All the way across. 1, 2, 3. There we are. That'll do nicely. And I'm not going to lie, they smell pretty good. So what we do now, we leave that flapjack in the tin to set, and once it's completely cold, then we can take it out and we can store it in an airtight tin if it gets that far before the family descend. I'll let you know what it tastes like. But yeah, any pictures, anything that you guys have been baking, anything like that, get them sent in to Ruth or pop them in the comments on the video and let's have a look and see what you've been up to. And if you send them to Ruth, we can feature them in the weekend slots. So that would be fantastic. I'll be back again in Jo's Kitchen very soon. But in the meantime, everybody, stay safe, stay creative, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.